Francis Wilson is 29 years old. He had no pre-existing medical conditions, but was hospitalized for COVID-19. After 10 days hooked up to a ventilator, he was read his last rites, but is now recovering from the virus. Here to share his experience, Francis joins us now live from Arlington, Virginia. Francis, thanks for being with us. I think that there's this perception out there that young people who catch this virus will be okay. But it's a sobering moment when you look at a healthy and young individual such as yourself who was literally battling for his life. Can you take us back to that moment in the hospital when things took a turn for the worse and what you remember hearing from your family?
Yeah, so that was interesting for me to say the least. I was under, from March 19th through at that point where my family came in, that was March 26th. I don't remember almost anything up until that point, but for some unexplained reason, I'm able to remember that whole experience on the 26th. Now, I was dreaming that I was in China at this point, and I dreamed that I died. I dreamed that I was being buried. But while I died, I had an out-of-body experience and saw this pinkish purple light telling me that I had 30 minutes to tell my loved ones what I needed to say before I was gone. And at that point, I heard my family speaking to me and saying, Francis, you need to pull through this. We need you. Just keep fighting. That was a very surreal experience, to say the very least. And it's crazy to find out after the fact that that was actually what was being said to me, and that I was able to perceive that and remember it for some strange reason.
Absolutely. What imprint do you think that this experience has had on you mentally, or the way that you want to live your life going forward?
Yeah, mentally, this has been quite a struggle, to say the least, coming to grips with the fact that I believed that I legitimately died. And going from that to realizing that my death experience was a dream, and then the whiplash of finding out how close I came to death. I mean, the doctors didn't expect me to live. They didn't even expect me to survive the 20-minute transfer to George Washington Hospital. So it's at this point I'm living on borrowed time, and I go to sleep every night. Just I never wanted to experience that feeling again of thinking that I had left things unsaid to loved ones, and not accomplishing,
Francis, you've
not
been
having a.
very open about, sorry to interrupt, you've been very open about sharing your story. Is there a message or a lesson that you're hoping to share with people in the middle of this pandemic right now, particularly young people who might not be taking this as seriously?
Absolutely. I mean, especially to that younger, healthy demographic. I'm one of you. I have never smoked a day in my life. I've never had. I don't know of any underlying conditions. I've always had a strong immune system. And this thing hit me very, very hard out of nowhere. And if it can happen to me, it could happen to you. So it's important that we take this seriously, as inconvenient as it may be for our otherwise normal lives. Um, you don't want to jeopardize going through what I had to and what all my loved ones had to go through, that's the part that really kills me.
Francis Wilson, we are grateful that you are here today to share your story. We really appreciate you being with us, and we also appreciate the message of vigilance here to our international audience in the fight against this pandemic. Thanks for that.